Hello guys and welcome to 10-Minute Critique. Thank you for the support on the previous episode guys, on where we kickstarted the series with Vehicular Brits. You guys can go and see that video in the top right hand. So in today's video we're having a look at Kendrick's top 10 images. You guys can go and send in your best 10 images down in the description down below, where you can be featured in the next episode and the series. So Kendrick says that his photos are garbage. He does. We'll take a look at that. I don't think they are personally, but yeah. As well as that, he also says this lovely quote that he's striving or starving to improve. Now that's the sort of enthusiasm I want to hear. But anyway guys, let's take a look at Kendrick's photos. You guys can go and comment down below what you think of his photos and also how my critiquing was. So anyway, let's get a look at Kendrick's photos. So here we go. So we've got 10-minute critique. What's up, Ben? I'm a complete beginner at photography, so be prepared for 100 of these to be garbage. But I'm starving to improve and learn what I'm doing wrong. I like that. That's what I like to hear. So yeah, I've already had a look at these already, and I can say they're not all garbage. All right. So yeah. Anyway, so we've got 10 of these photos. Comment down below, guys, what you think of them. So yeah. Anyway, so we've got this one. Now, when I looked at this, it reminded me of one of those, or I thought of when you see sort of the adverts for like Nikon. It reminds me of stuff like that, where they're taking a photo of a flower, something like that. So yeah, you're shooting with this with a Nikon 1S1, which is one of those sort of, it's Nikon's take on a sort of, it reminds me of that Samsung that you could have interchangeable, like it was like this, but you can have interchangeable lenses on it, which yeah, so it was Nikon's take on that. So yeah, anyway, so we've got this flower here, and actually I quite like this shot. I do. You've got the background blown out with the lovely sun streaks coming in, which I quite like, and you've got the flower here. I think it's just a bit overexposed. I think it needs to be a tad underexposed in a way, or tad down, one stop down, something like that. So yeah, I would like to see a bit more contrast on here as well. I think that would be quite nice. So yeah, I like this. I do. I really do. I would have gone a bit closer, maybe, possibly. Gone maybe portrait, from the ground up, maybe looking up like a ant's eye view, worm's eye view, looking up, going on a low angle, looking up. Possibly that may be nice. So yeah, I just think the top of here is a bit overexposed, I think. I do like it though. I like it. It's relatively sharp. Yeah, that's sharp. So yeah, highlights, exposure, just down a tad. So yeah, other than that, bit of contrast. I think it's really quite nice. So yeah. Here we go. We've got a leaf now on the floor. I think that the framing, the composition, I think that could be a bit improved. I would have removed the leaves. I would have moved these out of the way. Would have gone down to where those leaves were, and focused on here, because you can see the veins of the leaf, of which I'm going to call it. Just like I in the previous critique said that a filter was a tea bag colour. So yeah, I quite like that. I think if you went down on here, got close up, had a macro. I don't know if they do a macro variant of this. Got that. I think that would look quite nice. The background's a bit distracting. I think even blown out, a bit distracting. As I say, I would have removed these leaves, got down to where these leaves are, focused on here, gone close up on here, so that leaf was filling the frame, and I think that would look quite nice, because you normally see the leaves where they're sort of brown and you can't actually see through them, whereas this you can actually see all the intricate veins. So yeah, I quite like it. F5.6, Christ. So yeah. Anyway. Now, first thing that I love about this image here is the background, blown out. I actually quite like this, even though it's blown out. So yeah, I think if this flower wasn't here, and you got like a bee or something like that mid-air in shot, this is a bit, I'm going a bit too extreme here, but if this flower wasn't here, there's a bee in sort of mid-air here flying, and you took a picture of it with this background blown out, I think that looked really lovely. But of course we got this here, which I quite, you've got it's offset onto the left hand side, which is quite nice because it shows you got flower here, flower here, flower there. So yeah, no idea what that is. What's that? It's like a bit of light, or is that like another bug flying? I don't know. But you got a honeybee here, you got, that looks like a wasp, that looks like a wasp, that looks like a wasp. So yeah, I think highlights just need to go down on here just a tad. This looks a bit too white. So yeah, I would have brought out the contrast, especially for the greens here, because it looks a bit meh. Yellows, maybe a bit vibrant, I'm not too sure, but definitely the greens, I would have put a bit of contrast on here. I would have gone a bit more close up on the bee here, maybe got the whole bee in focus, because it looks like you're focusing on this tiny little thing here, this little wasp. I would have gone on this bee here because it's bigger and it's noticeable in a way. Other than that, I actually adore the background here. I quite like that. I think it's just here. I would have gone on the flower, or gone to a higher f-stop, so like f22, something like that, so you could see this and the background as well. Of course, then you would need to go up in the ISO to 125 here. Could be an auto, I don't know. Nothing wrong with being an auto, by the way. I'll probably do a separate video talking about auto and shooting in RAW as well. So yeah. Anyway, when I first saw this one, I quite liked this because the blue bike, blue background here, blue car, blue reflection in the window, there's you, blue on here, it all works, and with the white, the colour of the blue with the white works really well. I think most of your photos just need to be worked with composition and framing. I think this photo would look a bit better if the bike was in frame or in focus, or you like focus a bit more down here. Your leading lines, I think, your leading lines there, which is quite nice. It's just I think it's just the composition. I would have gone behind the bar, the bike sort of bar things, whatever they are, this fence here, and I would have, because this is street photography, I would have gone behind. So you've got the bars here which are out of focus in frame, and I would have got focused on this bike here, or moved a bit more to the side and back, so then you get the whole front wheel plus the handlebars in frame. Not the whole bike, but just this with the bike wheel with the handlebars in frame. I think that would look quite nice as well. A bit of clarity, bit of clarity. I can't speak today, and I think it would look quite nice overall for a attempt. I like this. I do. The orange down here adds a bit of a twist to the image. Separates the colours a bit more, but other than that, I like this image. I do. I don't know if you were supposed to get your reflection in there. Don't know if you're supposed to get yourself in the photo, but if that's what you want, it sort of detracts from the image, I think. But either way, I like that image. ISO 400, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I would have gone with that. 5.6, I would have gone to like f22 so you could see the whole thing. But yeah, then we got some wood. It's sharp, I can tell you that. I think a bit of clarity would open up all the nitty gritty textures of the wood here. I personally don't like the black bars, the bars on the side of the background. I would have gone portrait. All right, so then you fill the frame with the whole trunk, and then focus on this section here, and then taking it, gone into Lightroom, up the clarity and the sharpening, brought out the whole sort of texture of the wood, put it in black and white, maybe colour as well, up the contrast. I think it would look quite nice. In a way, it's a bit snapshotty. If there was something written on here, if there was a bug on here, I see that making a story. I think the paint on here looks a bit meh. Maybe that's why you took it, because there's paint on here. It just, I think, again, composition, I think, that needs to just be improved on this photo here. Other than that, it's alright. It's alright. Is it 3.5? Christ. I can't tell the difference between 5.6 and 3.8. What's this? What's my... Mine's 3.5 and then 5.6. This is a 3.8, 5.6. I'm just looking at my 1855. This image here, I don't like it. As brutal as that sounds, I would remove this one. It doesn't look personally good in any sort of way. I think you're focusing here. I think though the background of this would be very much suitable for a portrait. Your lighting on here, I think that would be quite nice. Don't know, this looks like one of those cages you put like a hamster in or something like that, or a cat, for some reason. So yeah, looks a bit grainy. ISO 900, Christ. ISO 400 probably, maybe. Getting into 800. 800 is my max anyway. Of course with higher end DSLRs you can get some leeway going to higher ISOs. So yeah, I don't like this image personally. I think the cage is a bit like, yeah, prison. It may work if you're trying to get the connotations of prison with the bars here, but as I say, a portrait in this lighting would be quite nice, I think, but I don't think it works for this image here. Then we've got a leaf and a puddle. Let's split this image down sort of here. This side good, this side meh. This looks a bit too overexposed. I think there's a bit too many, highlights are a bit too high. I'm going to take a slope of water. So yeah, here I think it would be quite nice if there was an added thing here, like a bit like some keys or a note that was soaked in the water. I think that would look quite nice. The leaf looks like you're focusing here, which is nice. That's nice and sharp. Don't know what the background is. So yeah, black and white I think would work quite nice for this image. So yeah, just this side here, if you got lower, that may have removed the sun's reflection on the water, on the puddle here. So yeah, as I say, it's mainly composition that's ruining some of these photos or making them a bit less good. So yeah, other than that, I think if there was something in there, like a note, like a letter with some words on it that was smudged by the water, I think that would create a nice story for the photo. Then we've got some flowers here. I actually quite like this, but I would like to see if like one of these flowers was picked, and then you've got, or you could put all these against the wall, this wall here, because this looks like a nice textured wall. So if you got one of these, pull it up against the wall, with a wall in focus of course, took it, got into Lightroom, up the clarity, that would bring out a really lovely texture on the wall, and also bring out the detail in the flower as well, which I think would look quite nice. I actually do like this because you've got a white wall, you've got these sort of pink flower, pinky purple flowers with the green. Maybe bumping up the contrast a teeny weeny bit. You don't want to go too high on these because this is a pink and you can tell when they're over processed. But yeah, I do like this though. So yeah, I would have gone a bit more closer as well, because it looks like there's like a line of them. You've seen them. You've gone boom. I'd have gone a little bit deeper, closer, so you remove that sort of line. But other than that, I like this photo. So yeah, let's give it a favourite while we're here. I've already done it to a few more photos, but yeah, this is the last one. No, it's not the last one, I don't think. No, it's not the last one. Second to last. This is some bricks with some brick dust. I say get an object here, like a tool, like a hammer, a drill bit, or a screwdriver, or some boots. Put them there. Go back a bit. Get them in focus. It would look quite nice, because you've got bricks here. You've got some dust that's obviously come off here, and it for a storyline, it would look quite nice. Here, I think it just looks a bit. You got some bricks. There's some dust that's fallen off it. That's it, really. I would have got the bricks in focus a bit. I would have like gone to F20, F22. Maybe that would have like I'm trying to think now. F14, probably. Or F4. What were you? F5. I'm trying to think here. I'm thinking of stops. So yeah, I would have got the bricks in focus. As I say, a bit of a tool, hammer, anything like that, screwdriver, a wrench, it's something like just placed down here or in the dust here would look really nice as a story. So yeah, but other than that, to me it's just a generic photo of some dust on the floor. And now we go to this. Personally, I wouldn't shoot this sort of stuff. Again, for a story, it works quite well, because you could be highlighting that it looks like you focus on this one. It looks like there's some cigarettes that have been put into a plant pot to be extinguished. That's it, really. If this little green thing was, this little spud here was grown out, maybe you could have a thing like life, maybe. Life grows from dead stuff. I don't know. Something like that. If this was a bit smoky, or had some smoke coming out, had some smoke coming out of it, I think again it would be quite interesting. Black and white, I'd say works for this, because it's dead, it's burnt. So yeah, just think of link connotations that. So yeah, story, it works, but personally I wouldn't shoot with this. So yeah, 280's done it. I would have done 400 for this one. Looks like you're outdoors. I would have gone a bit more closer, maybe. Got too much dead space here. But yeah. So that is Kendrick's 10 images. And now what we'll do, we'll go back, have a little talk about them as in general. So yeah. So anyway guys, we're back now from looking at Kendrick's photos. Now, in general, I think there are some really great photos. Personally, I think you just need to work on your composition as a whole. There are some really nice photos on there that are really well put together. It's just the way they've been shot. It's just from the angle, from how you've actually taken it. So you've got a really great ethic. You do work sort of ethic. You, as you said on there, you want to improve. You want to learn from what you're doing wrong to become a better photographer, and you've got that, which is great. I can see that you're trying loads of different techniques. You're getting closer. You're getting a variety of different shots. I would focus on storyline, composition, and just framing as well. So yeah, try and take shots of a certain object from different angles, see which one's the best for you. Try different focusing points. Try one off to the center, try one in the corner, try one you know, in a variety of different places on different objects. And as well as that, I would also work a bit on actual sort of processing. I would just, you know, exposure, stuff like that. So yeah, contrast, colours, try different techniques, black and white, stuff like that. So without that, guys, a really sort of great set of photos that need to have a teeny weeny bit of improvement, but there is potential there. So yeah, a really sort of big well done to Kendrick for sending those in. Really appreciate it. So yeah, guys, comment down below what you think of Kendrick's photos. As well as that, I'm going to leave Kendrick's Flickr down in the description down below, where you guys can go and check out his photos. As well as that, Kendrick, if you are watching, I'd like to see a few more photos of how, like in the future, of how you've improved. I'd like to see that. So yeah. But anyway, guys, what do you think of my critique? What do you think of Kendrick's photos? Comment down below. So yeah. Anyway, guys, if you want to be involved in the next episode or the series, go down in the description down below, send in your best 10 images. So yeah, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. If you did enjoy, please go leave a like. Also, subscribe for more videos coming up soon. We've got some Lightroom stuff. We've got some Raw, wherever they're shooting Raw. Loads of different things coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be seeing you soon. Take care, and yes, bye-bye.